Hello! So, quick parenting hack. So, parenting hacks are things to make your life easy and things that you may have forgotten about and may already know, and we're coming back round to summer and you might think, oh yeah, why haven't I remembered that? Sleep, lack of sleep, children are older, all sorts of things could make you forget things. I forget on a regular basis. I think I'm half fried brain compared to the brain I had before. And I'm so glad that I actually finished my masters before I gave birth, because yeah, it was just like really hard work. So hydration. Why am I talking about hydration? So for our bodies to regenerate and for our cells to work optimum, we need to be hydrated. And these messages are coming through more and more and more. I'm hearing the word hydration and dehydration all the time. I've just witnessed a child have full-on meltdown in the park, and I feel for the mother, I really do, because I know what it's like when your children have meltdowns and their behaviour goes from what seems to be what is expected behaviour for a child of that age to absolutely full-on hysterics. But what I also know is dehydration will make a child behave in extreme behaviours that you would not expect for a child of that age, because hydration is one of our basic needs. So do you know Maslow's hierarchy of needs? The triangle, the bottom layer is enough sleep, rest, food, fresh air, love, also being able to go to the toilet. Sex, if you're an adult, is down in the bottom needs. Also water. So if our brains have not got enough water and we become dehydrated, this puts stress on all our organs, and what happens is the body starts to shut down the bits that are not essential for survival. So this includes logical thinking, reasoning, being able to be creative, being able to function and be polite, because that part of the brain will switch off, because what we need is the water to keep us, that part of the brain, awake. If a child's uber cranky because they're getting too hot, that also can have an impact. So having lots of ways of hydrating during this hot weather, and lots of different drinks, and maybe some frozen drinks that you take out with you for a day in the sun, is a really good idea. So get bottles of water and you can freeze them ahead of your trip, because what that does is enables you to stay cool but also use that water as it starts to melt. It's then really nice and refreshing, and we know we need between 1 and 2 litres of water a day, 2 litres being optimum. These little people need a lot more because they are running around and burning calories and burning water a lot faster than we are. So lots of little and often drinks offered, or frozen drinks offered, is what they need. This is why when I was working in preschools, which I did for many years, we'd have regular drink and snack times, not because we thought it was a good idea, but actually aided learning. We know that we learn better when we are fully hydrated. We know that children behave better when they're hydrated. When I'm talking about hydration, I'm talking about water. I'm not talking about fizzy drinks, I'm not talking about other drinks. But in some countries it's that hot, they do need like isotonic type drinks. So you will in some countries see children being given Lucozade, and you think, oh, that's full of so much sugar. Actually it's got glucose, and the brain needs glucose to connect and coat the synapses, which is the part of our brain that is joining up all the sensory neurons in our brain. This might sound a bit deep now, but it's so important. So before you judge people with how their children are behaving, think, is that child dehydrated? Also, when you're thinking about is that child dehydrated, also think about actually what does that child need. Is it actually the fact that that child might have diabetes? And you won't know if your child has got type 1 or type 2 diabetes, because they don't walk around with massive neon signs and labels pointing to them. So if a child's been given an isotonic drink, it could be because it's to help their sugar levels. So don't judge other parents. This is my biggest gripe. I don't do judgmental, and I don't like people doing judgmental. So I've seen this child and this mum having a to-ding, and what I thought is, actually I can use this to remind people that your child's behaviour isn't because they're bad or naughty, or because they're just deliberately wanting to embarrass you in public. It could be because they're dehydrated. So just having and planning your day and having those opportunities for extra water in frozen form or in other forms is really a good idea, because it means that they will be behaving better because you're meeting their basic needs. This might seem really obvious, but it is something that we forget. And you know, when you've not had enough water as an adult and you get headaches, this is why, because you're becoming dehydrated. But our bodies will tell us in ways of headache. Sometimes children can't communicate they've got a headache. Sometimes they've gone beyond the being able to communicate and they're at meltdown stage. So hydration is key. Right, I'm off now. I am going to get a drink myself. I practice what I preach, and I will speak to you all later. But if you want any more parenting hacks or any more things that you think would be useful, just message me, because my background's early years. I spent over 25 years working in the field of early years, so I've got loads of these little hacks that would be really useful for you. Take care. Bye.